enlightenment, wholeness. Oh, yeah, that's easy. You're born with it. It ain't all that serious, okay? You don't need a guru. You don't need a spiritual teacher. You don't need a life coach and all that. It's inside of you. Everything you need is inside of you. So if you want to discover that, you're in the right place. Well, no, not that place. That's the right place too, but you're already in the right place. There it is.
Alright, dude, let's click subscribe and we'll make that bell dark and let's go. Bye. A question that was recently asked of me is, how do I know that I love a person? Or how do I know I'm being loving? Or how do I know that someone loves me? Is love a verb or is love a noun? So what came to me is that if we just had a simple model of the experience of love, then how could we use that to answer such questions for ourselves? So let's go look at this model. So if we take that thought of connection, being closer, and we link that to whatever feeling we're having, and then we add the component of the choosing love, which means to choose to think, to speak, and act in a way that supports the object of love in becoming whole. These three together likely give us a model for what is happening with the experience of love. In thinking about the experience of love, probably the most simplistically clear way of looking at this could be a love triangle. Okay, no, not that kind, different kind of triangle. Love triangle, that is three components which taken together result in this experience of love. One, a thought of connection. A thought of being connected, a thought of moving closer, a thought of being juxtaposed, a thought of linking, a thought of fusing. And fusing and connecting and linking in different ways could be physical, emotional, mental, social, creative, spiritual, religious, intellectual, many different aspects of connecting. Not only limited to, like, say, a sexual connection, but it could be a connection where these individuals are sharing, like, say, concepts and ideas, or they're sharing construction and work together, building, etc. Many different aspects and ways to connect with another human being. Not even necessarily in physical proximity, but connection far beyond that, even through the imagination. We take that feeling of that connection, desire to be connected and to be fused and to be closer, and then we put that, link that, it is linked actually with feelings. That is the feelings in our bodies, the feelings that come from our neuronal transmissions, right? Synaptic firing. So we all have our own feelings. So if we have some thought of connection and being closer to someone, even a pet, then we're going to have feelings, our feelings, and it's different for everyone. Everyone doesn't feel the same thing at the same time or in the same way. And those feelings can even change depending on the context, on what's occurring. So if we take that thought of connection, being closer, and we link that to whatever feeling we're having, and then we add the component of the choosing love, which means to choose to think, to speak, and act in a way that supports the object of love in becoming whole, complete, self-sufficient, self-reliant, okay? Self-creative, not dependent on anything outside of themselves to be whole. You put those three together. Thought of closeness, feeling that we all feel uniquely, that belongs to us, linked to the concept of love as supporting of the object in becoming whole and free and powerful. These three together likely give us a model for what is happening with the experience of love, whether we say we're falling in love or whether we might have an idea we have love for family or we have love for a spirit or spirit has love for us. We have love of nature, love of animals and pets. So if we can use this model, perhaps, to understand ourselves and what this experience of love is, we can be clearer about whether or not we're being loving, whether or not we're being loved by someone. If the result of being in a relationship leads us to be compressed, restricted, confined, not expanded, not becoming more, not becoming stronger, this is not a love relationship. Let's say there's a person that we're in a relationship with. They want to go on a bike ride somewhere with someone and have a good time. And if we're feeling, oh, I don't want that to happen because I want to... This is more like a relationship perhaps based on need. You may be experiencing need than experiencing love. So, love for the self. If the decisions that we're making are harmful to us, or injurious to us, ourselves, this is not in alignment with love. So I think we have a love triangle. The thought of connection, the feelings that we individually experience, which are very different, and then the concept of love, which is to support another with how we live in a way that supports their wholeness, their independence, self-sufficiency, their ability to create their lives that they want to live without any intentional harm or abuse to anyone. If that description, these components are present in an experience, more than likely this is an experience of love. And then you can utilize that in creating how you want to use love in your life, or deciding whether or not you want to be love in a certain relationship. You can ask yourself, okay, I have these feelings, I have a thought of connection, but am I in alignment with allowing and supporting that person in doing what they want to do in life? Being independent, being self-creative. Because if you're not, then more than likely, you're not experiencing in that moment a state of love. And this is dynamic because it can change. Our thoughts, feelings change. And we have the power to shift them, of course. So we might be in a state of need at a certain period of time. We might be uncomfortable because need usually leads to discomfort. But what we can do is move ourselves back by choosing love and then linking that to our thoughts of connection. Applying it to others, to nature, and to ourselves. Thank you. Much love.